Welcome back, everybody, to LTU Sports Network coverage of women's college basketball. We are back here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse as Lawrence Head Blue Devils lead 22-16 over the Concordia Cardinals. I'm Jan Booker alongside John Still here. Delighted to have you with us here. Coming up later on tonight at 7:30, the man will be taking over to the floor as Andrew Wynn and the Blue Devils taking on Concordia in the Game 2 of the Blue Devils doubleheader. All right, so we are underway here in the third quarter to begin the second half of play here. It's a 6-point lead for the Blue Devils at Concordia inbounding the basketball. Caldner at the perimeter. That gives over to Dorn. Puts it up to Leatherman. Leatherman blocked by Ferris.
Beautiful, beautiful right there. First, a nice defense by Maggie Long, and then Jade Ferris to come around and knock that ball away.
Impressive start here for the Blue Devils in the early going of the second half. Maggie Long floats it over to Julia Huey. Trying to go inbound, and she sticks it over for the first 2 points of the second half.
That's the first baseline drive that LTU has done all night, and that was just beautifully executed by Julia Huey.
Here is Dorn. She has no points in this game so far. You have to make a bucket. Leatherman with 4 points tonight. Back over to View. She's defended by Jacobs. 7 on the shot. Dorn, long three. Oh, wow! Samantha Dorn with a straighter three, long three, and she puts it on for Concordia to make it a 5-point game.
Sometimes you get lucky like that, and you just throw it up, and good things will happen.
We saw some lucky shots here so far, of course, with Addie Nago trying to get things going here at the shot clock being expired. Ferris. Long three-pointer. In and out it goes. Picked up by Taylor Leatherman. Now Samantha Dorn. She's defended by Fisher. Couldn't connect. And looks like it was out of bounds. It looks like we will go Concordia's way.
No, Maggie Long, that was just almost in and out, and she had a good three to end the first half. And for Samantha Dorn, that's the first three-pointer of the game for Concordia. They were 0 of 8, now they're 1 of 9.
So Ellie Caldner, who is 2 for 4 in field goals attempts and got 4 points tonight, will inbound. Oh! 3-second violation.
I guess that makes up for the shot clock violation in the
5-second violation. 5-second violation, I should say.
5-second violation right there, but still it's the violation of the shot clock in which the technical difficulties for LTU they had to deal with at the beginning of the game.
2 minutes in, and it goes out of bounds. It will stay with LTU, or Concordia, or rather.
See, that's what they try to do with Chase Jacobs down low. They tried a little feed pass, high-arcing pass down below, but that was just too far for her to handle with.
My apologies, this will be inbounding by LTU, and now another 5-second violation.
So after all the offensive fouls and the turnovers from the last quarter, now we got violations going on here.
So what are the improvements that we can see here for this second half for both of these teams?
I would say LTU right now, they're playing really great on the defensive side. They're working Concordia around the perimeter, and for Concordia, they've just been doing a lot of great job with the ball screen coverage. So they're doing exactly what they've been doing all game long. So it's all on the offensive side in which they have to do right now.
Getting off the glass is Majeski, couldn't connect, and it goes on the backboard. Holder trying to go for it, and Fisher looks like she got it. Just like that, and we will go LTU's way on the jump ball.
Just keeping that ball loose, and a loose ball, it's anybody's game, so they go for it, and they get a jump ball call, and LTU's going to have possession right here. Well, no, it's all on the offensive side because if they keep everything good on defense and minimizing fouls, then everybody's just going to be just fine. It's just who's going to really outdo each other on the offensive side. Concordia's going to get a lot of shots off. They have to make them fall.
So Taylor Leatherman coming back into the fray, and it is a foul away from the ball, and that will go on Jade Ferris.
Yeah, it's fouls like that in which you really cannot afford to give. or just basically have in general. So it was those fouls we saw a lot in the second quarter, so they really got to stay away from those.
So each team with one foul each, and Jade Farris, that is her third foul of the game, so she needs to be careful not getting any more fouls as Ellie Gardner throws it away. So Dominique Evans will come back into the floor for LTU. And Dominique Evans, 2 points tonight, and she is 1 for 3 in field goals.
That's only the 6th turnover. LTU has 12. At first,
Kendall Fisher scores off the glass. She now has 10 points.
Right there. Great aggressive drive by Fisher. Those are the drives that you want to have all day.
Here's Dorn. Dorn trying to get things going. Floater. Couldn't connect. Picked up by Katie Jacobs, and then she took it away from view. And a foul being called.
That was just a great takeaway right there. Izzy View just came from right behind and just stripped the ball away out of the grab. Okay, Jacobs. Ball security is so huge, especially on the offensive boards and defensive boards.
Ellie will inbound for Concordia, I should say, and Letterman gets fouled, and she will head to the line.
Letterman had it just set up just right. First off the inbound, did a little pump fake to head Joey Huey going up, and then timed it just right just to go up at the same time she was coming back down. Easy foul to go to the line.
So Taylor Letterman 2 for 2 tonight in free throw attempts. She only got 7 rebounds, and she makes it 3 for 3. She now has 5 points tonight, tied with Sierra Mishner for the team lead. And she gets it. She now has the team lead with 6 points.
Already 3 fouls for the LTU team and start the second half. It's not really a good position you want yourself in right now.
Here's Maggie Long, gives it over to Dominique Evans. She's defended by Leatherman. Nice throwing over to Julia Huey. Inbounding into the lane, and she couldn't connect. Goes off the rim it goes as Ellie Cardinal will go ahead there for Concordia. Few, Leatherman. She now leads with 6 points. Few to Mishner. Oh, nice spin around move. And she connects just like that.
Just a beautiful spin move by Michner. Got around Fisher, got through traffic, and easy in the box for that layup.
So it looks like we got a foul on the play.
Yeah, Michner's going to be called for a foul away from the ball. She was guarded against Jacobs and got a little bit tangled up, so they're going to call that foul, and it's going to be an inbound play right here.
So Kendall Fisher with her first foul of the game. Now a 3-point game for LTU. Fisher. She's defended by Kaltner. Fisher, Nagel, who just came back into the game. She'll try a 3-pointer. Goes out the rim and out. And here comes Concordia with Leatherman. Oh, nice turnaround move. Leatherman, she got tripped. Oh, nice combination with Mishner to Izzy View. And we will get a timeout on LTU.
No, Concordia is finding their way back. It's now a 1-point game. So, and that was just a great setup. For Connor to lead away, bring 2 defenders out. That brings in the back door for View to come behind, easy drop-off pass, and the finish. And so for LTU, they're just not finishing on their drives to the basket, and they're not getting certain shots to fall. But also they've got to limit themselves, being too aggressive, getting themselves into foul trouble, because the fouls have led them to 3 throw points, and now it's equal to buckets right now. It's back-to-back sequences for the Cardinals, and which led them to get them back within 1 right now.
So Concordia is getting close. They now have 9 third-quarter points to Blue Devils 4. And right now the Blue Devils need some work to do despite being up by 1. Evans to Huey. Gives it over to Ferris, and they swat it away. And nice recovery made. And Addie Nagel gets fouled. So Addie Nagel looks like she'll head to the line.
It's a good thing that was a foul. That was a good thing it was a foul instead of a jump ball because it would have gone with Concordia's possession. So great job by Eddie Nagel to try to turn herself away to get more of the contact, and therefore the foul called.
Actually, matter of fact, Julia Huey will inbound the basketball from midcourt. Now she'll give it over to Eddie Nagel. Fisher at the right side of the court, trying to keep it in bounds, and Concordia will go the other way, and they will have a chance to take the lead here with Letterman on the ball, and she almost connected, and it's picked up in by Azara Truman with her first 2 points of the game, and now for the first time in this game, Concordia now leads 27-26.
They've worked hard to get their way back.
Huey comes up short on a three-point shot. Now Concordia can go the other way. Oh, Truman! Oh, she come up short. And Dominic Evans will pick it up for LTU.
That was just a wide open lane by Turman. You cannot allow yourself to get too comfortable in space. You've got to stay focused and make an easy layup like that.
Huey, three-pointer for the lead once again, and it comes up short. Picked up by Ellie Cardinal. Cardinal with 4 points tonight. And Fisher nearly got it on the handle, and now Fisher can go the other way. Kendall Fisher races it down the court, and she puts it on to get the lead back for the Blue Devils.
Two Concordia players ran into each other, therefore the ball was loose, and that was just an easy takeaway, and Fisher, with eyes in the back of her head, realizing she had people behind her, and still made the layup.
Here's Cardinal. Turman. Swat it away, and we will get a foul.
Yeah, Julie Huey is going to be called for a reach. Tried to knock that ball free and got too much contact. So that's her second foul. So she's going to head to the bench. But still, you want those try to reach at, but you can't get so much contact on your defender.
So Julia Huey comes off. And Jade Ferris is back on for Lawrence Tech. Coleman will inbound, gets over to Dorn. Three-point shot comes up short, and it's last touch off of Ellie Cardinal.
Connor trying to keep that one in, did not so because the ball had nothing when it landed.
So we're down to 3:15 to play here in the third. It's a 1 point lead for LTU, hoping to extend it. They were up 15-8 in the first quarter, and then they were up 23-16 in the second. 13 on the shot. Here is Fisher, under 3 to play. Fisher off the glass and couldn't get it. And here is Taylor Leatherman. Leatherman. Mitchner. Dorn. Jumper. Back iron. And LTU will go the other way. Here comes Jade Ferris with Addie Nagel. Addie Nagel going all alone. She almost had it, but she'll shoot two.
That's a great drive right there. Bodies were scattered all over the court right there, so therefore LTU had a bit of an advantage. But on the last possession, Dominique Evans was wide open on the far wing, and LTU did not realize that, and therefore Kendall Fisher was able to make up for it with the layup to try to get them the lead.
So Addie Nagel will shoot two, and she connects the first one. Addie Nagel coming into tonight, she averaging 5 points per game. Can she get the second one to go? Yes, she does.
Nagel, an 80% three-throw shooter, so she is one of the top on this team when it comes to throwing from the charity stripe.
So it's a 3-point game with 2:21 to play. Almost, and it's intercepted by Addie Nagel. Turnover the other way. Here is Maddie Long. 2:10 to go. Nagel will get it once more. She's defended by Cardinal. Nagel, who recently had shoot two, and she'll get a chance to shoot two once more.
You see, this is what Addie Nagel does. She's not a typical perimeter shooter. She always is very conservative, but always aggressive on the drive. And she takes drives like that any chance that she can get, and therefore she makes up for it at the free-throw line, which she does here for the second consecutive possession.
So Addie Nagel 2 for 2 tonight. And we makes it 2 for 3. I'd say Addie Nagel has been very impressive so far here tonight. Of course, Addie Nagel played 28 minutes at Siena Heights. Only had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists as she connects on the second attempt.
That make right there makes it a 2-possession game. So it's a little bit of breathing room.
Indeed. McCullough. Trying to get things going. 10 on the shot. Here goes Leatherman. Leatherman will show him back up. And a good finish there by Ziara Mitchner.
There's Mitchner right there again. She's always in the right place at the right time, especially when it comes to taking the ball away, knocking the ball free, but also in the offensive end when trying to get a quick bucket.
So Addie Nagel with 80 seconds to play here in the third quarter, I should say. As Jade Ferris puts it home. And it's now a 4-point lead for the Blue Devils.
Very off bounds, going to her left and still able to get one over the rim and a friendly bouncing in.
So now into the final minute of the third quarter. McCullough. Going there, trying to bounce pass over to Leatherman. And we will go LTU's way with 50.1 to play.
And LTU has been doing this really good all game because this is Concordia's weakness. They tried the backside cut right there, but great defense by Julia Huey, and therefore the miscommunication on the pass.
LTU hoping to finish the third quarter on a high note. As Maggie Long trying to dribble in along the court. Huey, Nail, 8 on the shot. Nagel, can she finish it? Comes up short, and Nagel looks like she'll shoot 2 once again. That's the third consecutive time she has been in the line.
Nope, just another aggressive drive by Nagel, and Grace Howergan just likes the way that Nagel plays the game. She's been a starter. She's a reliability off the bench. She just takes the aggressive drives.
And that is Concordia's 5th foul of the game, so that means LTU are now in the bonus for the first time tonight. As Addie Nagel, 3 for 4 tonight. Make it 4 for 5. And I gotta say, she is the player so far to watch in this third quarter, as she is now 5 for 6 from the line. Only had 1 miss in the free throw attempts. And that was her second, as Katie Jacobs will head back on. And of course, like we mentioned, Katie Jacobs making her 6th straight start of the season. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Katie Jacobs so far of what she has done since getting the start.
No, definitely. When the decision was made to make her an everyday starter, it was the right move because of the height advantage. When you can get a player in this type of game, at that type of height, you've got yourself multiple advantages, and Grace Howergan is taking advantage of all of it.
Time winding down. Here's Turman. She's being triple teamed. Turman, can she finish it off? No, she cannot. And that's how we end the third quarter. As the Blue Devils getting out of jail free as they have a 35-29 lead heading to the final quarter of the day.
No, this is an aggressive game. These two teams, very low scoring, a lot of aggression. It was as we figured coming into this because both these teams, they're trying to really outdo each other, outwit each other, outgrit each other, just basically all around outdo one another, whether it's on the defensive end, the offensive end. Now, offensively on both sides, it's been rather inconsistent. A lot of fouls, a lot of offensive fouls away from the ball. It's basically turned the ball over so many times for either team. Turnovers 14 for LTU and 9 for Concordia. Not a lot of shots to fall. LTU 13 of 33 from field goal range. Concordia 10 of 44. LTU's been rather better from the 3-point range and 2 of 8 and 1 of 10 for Concordia on the other end. So at least LTU on the defensive end, they've eliminated the 3-point shot and they've eliminated the backside cuts, which is Concordia's game. They will try to neutralize the backside cut and just try to go underneath the basket all day. And LTU, give them credit on the defense. They've done really well thus far. They got to keep it up for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 more minutes to go. And then, of course, coming up later on tonight, we'll have the men's basketball as LTU taking on Concordia in the second game of our basketball doubleheader.
That should be a good one as too. That men's team, they won two huge games on the road. And just trying to win again, make it 3. They're in good spots too right now in the season.
Man, I miss college basketball after spending nearly 3 months. That's Turman throwing, go for 3. Goes off the glass and couldn't connect. Dominique Evans on the offensive rebound and gives it over to Kendall Fisher. Kendall Fisher 5 for 12 in field goals tonight with 12.4 rebounds. Fisher patiently waits, gives it over to Huey. Huey going all alone, comes up short off the glass, and Katie Jacobs couldn't finish it home, but we'll get a foul.
Man, that was just a great aggressive drive along the baseline again by Huey. She had the first make on the last aggressive drive along the baseline, but right there was Jacobs, as she is, using the height, driving the rebound, and Turman came in with the hard foul. Now Jacobs gets to go to the line.
So Katie Jacobs, for the first time tonight, will head to the line. And Katie Jacobs, 1 for 2 in free throw attempts. And she missed it, right? Yep. I was just looking at the stat sheet right here. She started at Siena High playing 20 minutes. And she missed both of them. And we picked up by Izzy View.
Got to take advantage of those free opportunities.
So here we go with Concordia. With Izzy View. Now Ellie Gardner trying to tend a pass to Tillman, but it's picked up by View. 3-point shot. And oh, he got it, but I think they're going to wave it off, I believe. Nope, I think they got it. They got the 3-point.
They got the. They're going to count the bucket, but there was a foul away from the play, and it's going to be on LTU. So therefore, this inbound play is going to go to Concordia.
So it looks like it is a dead ball foul, and Majeski got the 3-point shot.
The foul is going to be on Jacobs. That's her third, as Grace Howergan's going to get an explanation right here from the official.
Yeah, and Grace
the whistle
Howergan's
was right before the ball went in. So I guess the question is, does that neutralize the chance of that ball even counting had it gone in which it did, and they decided to count it even after it went in after the whistle blew. So this could be a huge discussion.
Now this is interesting because usually when a foul is being called, usually when the basket, definitely doesn't count if the player doesn't shoot it. But in that case, who knows?
And another thing too, when that ball went up, it hit an exposed wire that's attached to the top of the rim when they pull it up for any other sports. So I guess they count that as part of the game. So if the basket counts and the foul's called, so Concordia gets another possession.
So looks like the bucket will stand. Is the first 3 points for Mackenzie Majeski. And here comes Dorn. Michener. Back to Dorn. She's defended by Huey. Here is View. Back to Michener. 3-point shot. It goes off the back iron. Picked up by Dominique Evans.
Evans is all over the place. Even with a bad shoulder or bad legs, it doesn't matter how badly bruised she is. She is all over the place and gets those rebounds.
And Dominique Evans picking up her 4th rebound of the game. That's Kendall Fisher going all alone, and she lost it. Trying to keep it alive. Dominique Evans managed to get with it. Here's Julia Huey with 10 on the shot. Fisher. She's being double teamed. Ferris going all alone. Pills up short. And it'll be picked up by Ziara Michener. Ziara Michener. Oh, what a block by Katie Jacobs.
That's what Kate Jacobs do. You get the height advantage, and she does a lot of that in every single game since she's been a starter. Make that 6 blocks by this LTU team. That tells you something about the aggressiveness that they're playing. They are blocking any chance that they can get, and cleanly too.
My goodness. I mean, what an impressive showing here for Katie Jacobs. And I got to say that in the last game that Katie Jacobs played, of course, she got the start against Siena Heights. She had 10 rebounds. 10 rebounds and only had an assist.
No,
so
definitely.
When you use the height advantage, sometimes it could be worked in your favor.
No, in the last home matchup against Madonna, she already had a double-double even before the half. So that tells you that they had a game plan going against that Madonna team, and they executed it to perfection. So that tells you when you use a plan to your advantage, using a player's height to their advantage. This was a great move by Grace Howergan to move Kate Jacobs into the starting lineup to use that advantage that she brought right to the table.
So here we go, 35-32 in favor of LTU with 8:03 to play. It's been a tight matchup and a very aggressive matchup here so far here for the Blue Devils.
No, especially with the standings, LTU finds itself in 7th place. Concordia is in 5th, so both these teams are trying to win out the rest of the year and try to get a home field advantage.
And let's hope the home field advantage can do one of these teams a favor. Few. She'll head to the line.
And that's unfortunate right there. That's the 4th foul on Jacobs. And
it looks like Katie Jacobs will head in off. And Jade Ferris will come back on for LTU.
They have not targeted, on the offensive side, they have not targeted Kate Jacobs that much. And on the few times that they have, the execution has just not been there. They've only executed about 2 or 3 of the times.
So Izzy View made her first attempt. She only had 3 rebounds in this game. She's 2 for 6 in field goals, and she made both of them. So right now it's a tight game here. 1-point game between the Blue Devils and the Cardinals. 7:45 to play in regulation. Ferris throws it over to Hewitt. She'll try a 3-point shot, and it goes off the rim. It'll be picked up by Samantha Dorn. Samantha Dorn with 8 points in the last game against 12th-ranked Indiana Tech.
He was only 1 of 5 from 3-point range, so after making one, been kind of a slump.
Dorn going to the lane, comes up short, picked up by Evans. And here is Kendall Fisher with 7:13 to play. And Kendall Fisher will try to work his way around. Fisher going for it. Yes, she scores. Off the glass it goes. Actually goes down.
Wow, I can't believe there wasn't a foul called there. There was a lot of contact on that drive, and the entire bench couldn't believe it.
Trying to get a response, and Michener will head to the line.
So after no call on this end with a Fisher finish, now they get a foul call on this end, which sends Concordia to the line once again. This was the inconsistencies that this team saw in their last road game against Siena Heights. The foul, I'll just tell you the foul totals. It was 24-9 at the end of that game, which is really lenient, but we're not going to go much more into details on that.
And Michener will hit the first free throw. Not sure what was going on here.
The official was pointing at the LTU bench. It looked like somebody must have said something. And I think that must have been just a warning. Oh, now he's looking at the stands.
Oh, boy.
Boy, the fans are getting choppy, too, with the officials.
They're going to go after the ref soon. Michener with the second attempt, and she's got it.
And now we got another stoppage. It looks like he's had enough.
Oh, someone just got ejected. I think one of the fans just got ejected.
It's one thing to officiate.
I think it's the guy in the blue jacket.
Yeah, guy in the blue shirt. There's a certain line that you have to face when you have to officiate. And as an official, these officials take a lot in every single game because not every call is going to be consistent. Not every single game is going to be consistent. And so this was just something interesting that I first witnessed. I'm not sure how many you've witnessed like this, but.
In like nearly 2 years of being involved in sports broadcasting, I have never seen someone get thrown out of the game. Nothing in nearly 2 years. Never happened in nearly 2 years. So that's a first. And we'll get a foul on the play. And we'll go LTU's way.
Foul's going to be calling Addie Nagel, but the whole bench.
Concordia, excuse me.
The whole bench wanted to travel on that. Because Leatherman, she was falling down with the ball in possession. That would count as a travel. And so there's been quite a few missed calls on this game. Hopefully it's not a repeat of the last road game.
And here's Majeski, gives it over to Callner. And here is View on the far side of the court. View, she's being double teamed. And it's a jump ball, and we will go the Blue Devils' way.
Oh, beautifully executed by Jade Ferris. One-handed, she had it on that ball, and you cannot do it any better than that. Let alone two-handed because of all the contact, but just to get one hand on the ball and stay on for like a few seconds to get that call, that was just impressive.
So 6 minutes to play here in regulation. That's Kendall Fisher. Almost got it, but she'll shoot two. Trying to fight her way through it, and she almost getting the score probably off the glass, but Kendall Fisher will head to the line.
Well, even with a few missed calls and still everything, it does not change the game plan. You still got to play aggressive. You still got to take those aggressive drives to make the contact. You still got to do what you're doing best.
Of course, Kendall Fisher had 22 points and 5 rebounds in the last game, and she connects on the first one. As Kendall Fisher now 3 for 4. She now has 15 points tonight with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And she connects on the second one. So she is now 4 for 5 in free throws, As now to a 3-point game. 5:46 to play in regulation time. McCullough. Trying to go at the paint. Lost it on the handle for a moment. Picked up by Cardinals. Cardinals trying to go for 3. Trying to get a tie game, and she couldn't. It looks like it's been deflected.
Yeah, Julie Huey got a bit of a fingertip on it that knocked it loose.
Fisher almost lost it. Stays with LTU with Addie Nagel with 5:17 to play.
Ball's loose. Everything's reset.
Nagel now with 5 points and 2 fouls. Evans, Nagel, Fisher. 7 on a shot. 3-pointer for Fisher. Oh, yes! Kendall Fisher, and we will get a timeout. 5:01 to play. The Blue Devils have a 6-point lead over Concordia.
First 3-point attempt of the night for Fisher, and she makes it count. And she's been known to do this a lot down the stretch, is be patient, try to analyze the space, and still put it up and put it in. That was just well-timed. She analyzed her space, analyzed where everybody else was at, and took the shot that she had. She had a good amount of space, able to put it up, and that was such a huge 3-pointer with about 5 minutes left to go.
Now, I don't want to talk. Now, I want to step aside for the game for a moment because what we just saw, of course, the fan being ejected from the game. Nearly 2 years into my sports broadcasting career, I've never seen anything like this.
I gotta say, for me, it's been 3 years just being a part of this industry and working with LTU Athletics and working with the LTU Sports Network. I've witnessed players get fouled out, players get ejected, but never fans. That's a first for me, too.
Never a fan. I've seen some umpires being thrown out of the game one time. And, it's definitely tough to see how things are going to go from there. Almost an in and out shot from Izzy View. And now the Blue Devils will go the other way. They have a 6-point lead with 4:35 to play in regulation time. Oh, it's stripped away. And here comes Mishner. Breakaway chance, and it is intercepted by Jade Ferris. Nicely done by Jade Ferris to get it at the right place at the right time, but it will stay with Concordia ball.
That's just teammates picking up each other. Addie Nagel lost her footing just getting across half court, but right there was Fisher to create a bit of a distraction, and Jade Ferris to come in with a knockaway.
Here comes Dorn, inbounding from Colner, and let it go, and it will go to LTU with 4:23 to play.
this is just great defense right there. They're getting their hands on the ball, making less amounts of contact. Therefore, it's knocking the ball away. They're getting turnovers, and now this is what they're going to do. They're going to milk the clock. They get possessions like this. Instead of working fast, they're going to really work their way down the court.
So here we go with 4:12 to play at Dominique Evans. Gives over to Jay Ferris. She's defended by Izzy Few, and she gets the score off the glass. How about that from Jade Ferris? She now has 6.
Oh, great drop step and a great spin move, and able to get a friendly bounce off the rim after she pounded it off the glass.
So right now is an 8-point lead for the Blue Devils with 3:47 to play, and looks like we'll get a
foul's going to be on Julia Healy right here. She got her arm right around the shoulder.
Foul away from the ball, and that's her 3rd foul for Julia Healy.
Letterman was coming over to set a screen, and they got tangled up, and Healy's arm was right wrapped around her, and that's going to put Concordia in the bonus.
And Letterman, so perfect in free throws attempt. Well, now has 11 rebounds. She has the most so far in this game, and now she is now 6 for 6.
It's their free throw shooting that's really kept them in this one is Concordia because of all the fouls they've been given, the fouls they've taken, everything. It's just all about the charity stripe for them. They kept them in this.
So 44-38 in favor of LTU. 3:27 to play as sure. 8 on the shot. There you go, and it's a foul on Ziara Mitchner.
Just too aggressive to the ball. Try to go for the steal and just mid collision with Nagel.
So we'll stay with LTU as Jay Ferris, inbounding the basketball. Shot clock now at 15. That's Kendall Fisher defended by Taylor Letterman. Oh, nice move. Fisher almost got it, but she'll shoot 2.
Fisher
impressive performance so far here for Kendall Fisher.
Fisher up to 19 points right now, and she's just going to add on more here. Not changing up the game plan. They're letting the clock flow with the lead right now. They're really letting it go down and then attack.
4 for 5 tonight for Kendall Fisher, and she makes it 5 for 6. She now has 20 points so far, along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. She has yet to have a foul.
They're going to put Nagel and Huey in the backcourt to really prevent the cherry pick.
She's now 6 for 7 in free throw attempts, Kendall Fisher. And it's now to an 8-point lead. Halder, 3-pointer, couldn't connect, and she'll get it again on the offensive rebound. And here's Mitchner, pulls up short. Dominique Evans gets it to go on the defensive rebound.
That's Evans, strong as a bull. Get their hands on the ball. She is holding on for dear life.
So Kendall Fisher doing the work here. She's defended by Mitchner. 2:36 to play. Julia Huey. And it is a turnover.
I got to say, I was confused on that one because she took 2 dribbles and then picked it up again. And then it was right after she took the last dribble in which the official called it. So, big confusing sequence.
So 2:26 to play here in regulation. 46-38 as Dorn trying to shoot for 3 and hit off the back iron. And it's taken out by Ellie Gardner. And looks like we'll get a timeout.
Yeah, timeout's going to be called by Concordia, knowing that they still have possession of this ball. And even if it was going to be a jump ball, they were still going to have possession anyway. So 2:18 left to go. We're at an 8-point lead for LTU. They're doing really well. They're getting the offensive boards that they need. They're milking the clock, and then they're attacking the rim like they should. It's just that's been the game plan all along. Even without Kate Jacobs out there on the floor, this is a great turnaround. Because that way the game plan goes back to what they've done all year round, which was milk the clock and attack the boards. Not really rely so much on the outside perimeter.
Milk the clock and attacking the board is always the key there for LTU. And so far they have been very impressive here so far. So far 9 total full-team fouls for both of these teams. Concordia in the bonus as Dorn trying to shoot for 3, and it looks like it comes up short.
Huey with another tip on a 3-point attempt. She's been all over the place around the perimeter.
2:05 to play in regulation time. Coming up later on tonight, we'll have the men's taking over to the floor. As Jade Ferry will give it over to Dominique Evans. 10 on the shot, and it's turned over. And here's Gardner. Here's Samantha Dorn. Oh, good in the reach from Jade Ferris, but it will stay with Concordia.
If it's one thing that LTU has done within the second half, they have prevented the fast break very flawlessly. Because of all the fast break opportunities, Concordia has not converted on a single one.
Here's Dorn. Trying to pivot through. Few three-pointer. Goes up short. Hit off the rim. And here comes Kendall Fisher. Leading the way with 21 points tonight.
Slow things down and milk the clock.
Minute 30 to play. Regulation time. She's defended by Gardner, excuse me. Kendall Fisher trying to weave her way through. Oh, what a pass. And it's a block. And a chance for a foul. And looks like it's Jade Ferris who will get a chance to shoot too.
Just great maintaining composure is Fisher. She lost the handle momentarily, and feeling her momentum go down, she threw it up to Ferris, and Ferris a good aggressive shot attempt.
So Jade Ferris will shoot 2 for the first time tonight, and she missed it on the first one. 6 points tonight with 7 rebounds and 1 assist. Only had 3 fouls in the game.
Ferris only a 73% shooter as she goes 0 for 2. 8-point lead is good, but any opportunities they got to take is good.
Oh, how about that from Ellie Gardner? Actually was in the three-point shot, and it looks like it'll stay with LTU.
Yeah, they caught a break on that one. The ball was loose, and they called the kickball against Letterman. So LTU is catching a break because Concordia, they're playing aggressive right here, now down only by 5.
So both teams have 5 fouls in this quarter. Both teams with bonus points. We're under a minute to go in regulation. Kendall Fisher. And it's an offensive foul on Fisher. 53 seconds to play. And that will be Fisher's first foul. Or make that Dorn, excuse me. Going with her third foul of the game.
I can hear Coach Slump from up here screaming that Kendall Fisher lowered her shoulder. So saying that the foul should have not been called, but also it appears that Concordia's going to call a timeout right here after these 3 throws.
And she made both of them, and of course Concordia will get a timeout.
So back to basically a 7-point lead, and we're under a minute left to go. I would say for the Cardinals, they're going to play extra aggressive to really try to get back into this one because they know that they're running out of time, and they realize that LTU is going to try to milk the clock as much as they can. But that means you really cannot afford to foul because both teams now in the bonus. So a foul means you go right to the line and you get to add on.
So Lawrence Tech with 13 fourth-quarter points to Concordia 12. It's been a tightly close matchup here so far, and I gotta say it's been aggressive. Both of these teams have some foul troubles to deal with there, but they managed to stay with it. Both of these teams have some good looks along the way, and I gotta say we're down to 53 seconds left to go, and I gotta say, what does LTU need to do to stay put to get that victory here?
Well, they definitely still need to work Concordia around the perimeter, prevent the fast break, which they've done flawlessly, still work around the ball screens, and just not allow Concordia to really get that many open shots off. Really force them to shoot off balance and with very tight space.
So 53 seconds to go. As time will go down. Gardner, Dorn, three-point shot comes up short, and Letterman let it go. Here's Dorn, defended by Evans. Dorn goes off the backboard. And we will go LTU's way after foul being called.
I gotta say, Dorn is really playing a lot aggressive. First the shot attempt, then the aggressive drive, and then she's gonna get called for the foul, just trying to go after the ball.
And that is her 4th foul of the game, so she needs to be very careful. And Dominique Evans will head to the line.
Evans 14 of 18. 77%.
And her first free throw just missed. But can she get it there on the second attempt? And she does, just like that. And it's now an 8-point game with 37 6/10 to go.
Another timeout taken by Concordia. So after this game, LTU is going to go back on the road one more time to face University of Northwestern Ohio. Last matchup, the Racers took that one by only 1 point back here at home. And then they come right back home for a 3-game stretch to finish out the season. And very tough customers in Lawrence University, Cornerstone, and Rochester. So plenty of home basketball action to finish out the year. And that's what you want. That's what you really want to end the year, especially when you're just hanging on to the bits to get into the WAC tournament. So if you want that higher seed, the best place to do it is right here at home.
And then, of course, after tonight, Concordia will head back home to take on Cornerstone as they're airballed. Concordia will take on Cornerstone, and then they'll head back on the road to take on Madonna at Livonia, and then they'll finish off the final regular season against Siena Heights.
Now, Grace Howergan is going to call a timeout as well because now LTU has possession. So, and Concordia's going to run a full court press right here to try to get the ball back. They're down by 8 with 32.5 left to go. They're trying to get quick and easy buckets with a little amount of time left. So the Cardinals are going to run a full court press, and Grace Howergan is going to right up a play to try to get this ball down to the other end of the court as much as possible. And Concordia's going to have to foul immediately if they want to get this ball back.
So what a impressive performance there for LTU. So by the time we finish off the final 32 seconds, the Blue Devils will be 10-14 overall, 7-9 in the conference, and then the Cardinals will go 14-11, 10-7 in the conference. And of course, they'll be on a 2-game losing streak after tonight.
Even for Concordia, even if they're not able to come back and win this one, it's still not going to affect their place in the standings because they have that much good of a record in the conference overall. Because Atuno, who's 1 place above Lawrence Tech, their record in conference is about 7-9, and basically Concordia falling back, they won't even fall back a single place.
So Kendall Fisher made the first free throw. She is now 9 for 10. And she makes the second one to make it 10 out of 11. She now has 25 points. At the three-point shot. Oh, how about that? Mackenzie Majeski with a long three-point shot, just scooped it into the bucket, and another timeout being made.
Another timeout taken by Grace Howergan. Now, that was an impressive three-pointer right there because it's quick. You just throw it up and hope for something to happen, and that makes it a 7-point game now with 25. So Concordia's going to make this a little bit interesting because they're going to foul early, but they don't want to foul the wrong person for their sake. In that case, they fouled Kendall Fisher. She goes in and makes a couple. They're going to have to foul somebody again. So they just hope that they can cover up Fisher, go to somebody else, foul them, miss a couple, then get another quick bucket. So the Cardinals, they got nothing to worry about because they're not going to drop in placement after tonight. They're going to stay right where they are in 5th place, and they have a lot to look forward to to the end of their season.
And, of course, just like you said there, John, of course, that loss will not affect them in the standings. So here we go with 25.2 to play in regulation time. Blue Devils will milk the clock as much time as they get. Nago bounce pass it over to Dominique Evans.
Yeah, LTU, they were going to try to play keep away and not try to go for the bucket because Nagel had an open lane, but she elected not to take it and pass it off to Evans to try to take more off the clock.
So Dominique Evans heads to the line. She's 1 for 2. I'll make that 1 for 3. 8 rebounds tonight for Dominique Evans, along with 3 points. And she has done all the work despite having a injured shoulder.
There was a time where she had an injured shoulder and an injured knee, and she was still at 10 rebounds that game.
A 3-point shot and then an air ball shot there by Taylor Leatherman. Impressive showing here for Taylor Leatherman tonight. 8 points, 13 rebounds. As the Blue Devils will milk the clock, and the Blue Devils will finish this game with a 52-44 win over Concordia. What an impressive performance. They are now 10-14 overall, 7-9 in the conference. Concordia 14-11, 10-7 on the conference. John, your final thoughts on this game?
This was just a great bounce back. I mean, after taking 2 losses on the road, to come back home, knowing that you have a long home stretch to finish out the year, this was just a great bounce back victory for them here tonight. And they took away everything that Concordia had game plan-wise coming in. They prevented the backside cut. They were able to work around the ball screen coverage, and they really worked them around the perimeter, forcing them to shoot threes in which they did not have a lot of success of. Concordia was only 4 for 24 from the three-point range. That really neutralized that, and when you neutralize all the greatest assets, you come away with a victory like here tonight.
So Kendall Fisher leading the way with 25.6 rebounds and 2 assists, followed by Jade Ferry with 6, and Nagel and Huey with 5. We will stick around for about 30 minutes time, so make sure you stay with us here because the man will be taking over the floor as the Blue Devils gain the win here in the first game of the doubleheader, 52-44.